Traditional fund settlement is slow. You submit an order, you wait until 4 p.m. for pricing, and then you wait another day or two for settlement. One chance per day, and your money kind of sits in limbo for a while. What if on Solana we could do this multiple times per day with instant settlement for less than a penny? So that's what we are gonna build today. Nav Strikes on Solana using only standard SPL functions and no custom Rust programs required. NAV stands for Net Asset Value, the price of one share in a fund. Take a total value of everything in a fund, subtract the liabilities and divide by the number of shares. If a fund holds $10 million with 10 million shares, each share is worth $1. When you buy shares, a subscription, you pay the current NAV. And when you sell a redemption, you receive the current NAV. Money market funds are designed to maintain a stable $1 NAV. The settlement often takes up to 2 days and comes with counterparty risk and can be expensive. Here's what Solana enables. Multiple strikes throughout the day. So for example, one at 9:30, one at noon, 2:30, 4 p.m. A strike is the moment when the fund calculates its price and processes all the waiting orders. At each strike, 3 things happen. The NAV price updates on chain, subscriptions convert USDC to shares, and redemptions convert shares to USDC. Subscriptions and redemptions are atomic. Atomic means both things happen in one transaction. Either both succeed or both fail. You can't end up with USDC gone but no shares received, for example. Everything settles instantly. The NAV is stored in the token metadata account, publicly verifiable on-chain by everybody. To achieve this, we have 4 different things that we need to build. So first of all, we create a token. So the token will be a SPL Token 22 with some extra extensions. Then we have our settlement currency. So for that, we just use a stablecoin that's widely adopted on Solana already, for example, USDC. And then we have our fund administrator, which orchestrates the strikes and can also do the subscriptions and the redemptions. And then we have a whitelist system where you can build your KYC requirements, for example. So first of all, we create the token and we whitelist our institutional investors. Then we calculate the new NAV price and we do some risk checks and all the investors can queue their orders and redemptions. And then the important part is that before every strike, actually the investors delegate some of their tokens to the fund administrator. So for example, if you want to buy some shares, you delegate some USDC to the fund administrator. You still keep your tokens, but you allow the fund administrator at a certain time to use these tokens to buy shares for you. And yeah, this is basically the magic behind it. But now let's maybe look at an example to make it easier to understand. So now I'm gonna run a demo of how a day in a fund could look like. So I'm gonna run the script from the repository. You can find the source code in the description. And now we're gonna just go through it. So the first thing we do is we create 3 participants, our investor A, investor B, and our fund admin. Investor A gets 500 USDC, investor B 300 USDC, and the fund admin 1000. And then we create our token, the fund token. So it gets a name, it gets a symbol, and the initial NAV value of $1. And then we have our strike schedule here with 4 different strikes for this day. And let's have a quick look at how this token actually looks like on chain. So here I can open the extensions and here we can see we have our metadata pointer and our metadata. So we can see the current NAV is set to $1.03. This is because the demo already ran through. Then we have our last strike. We have the strike schedule for 4 of these. And then we have the total asset under management, which at the end of the demo will be 449 USDC. And then our second extension here is actually our default state. So it's set to frozen. This is what we're going to use to implement whitelisting, which is exactly the next step here. So we are whitelisting our investors, A and B, which means that we are unfreezing their token accounts. And now we look at our first initial subscription. So before the first strike, there's already 2 orders coming in. Investor A wants to buy $250 and investor B wants to buy $150 of shares. Then we execute our strike at exactly that time. The current NAV will be $1 and we have 2 pending orders. So now we are doing these orders. So let's look at how these look like in the Explorer. So here we can see that investor A bought 250 tokens and basically spent 250 USDC for it. And the second one is the investor B buying 150 shares. And I want to quickly show you a little bit of the code. So here you can see this transaction. So we have the transfer USDC and the mint shares. And these are both in the same transaction. So none of them can happen independently. So they are atomic. And now let's scroll over to the next strike. So on the next strike, we have one additional subscription. So someone wants to buy $100. But at this time, the strike NAV price changed a little bit. So it went up by 1%. So this person now actually only gets 99 shares for $100. And then for the third strike, we have a redemption. So investor B actually wants to now sell some of his shares. So here we can see now that he is getting some USDC out, and now our total assets under management is 459. This is basically the total asset under management that we will have at the end of the day. Because in the last strike, no one bought anything, no one sold anything, just the NAV price went up by another %. So this is our total result for this day. We have shares under management, 459, and we have total money that the fund currently owns of $259. So here you can see the balance as well. So you can actually run this code yourself and try it out. Yeah, while the whole source code is available in the video description, there's one important caveat though. This is just an example implementation. So for production, you would actually need like a proper security audit, probably multisig controls, proper key management. You need to build your own KYC system. And you need, of course, a reliable NAV calculation from price feeds or oracles or something. But what we built today is an atomic execution with just SPL token instructions, sub-second finality, near zero cost, on-chain NAV transparency, and built-in compliance through freeze and thawing of token accounts using the default state extension. So the code is linked below. Spin up your local validator, try it out yourself. Thank you for watching. And what other financial instruments would you like me to show you how you can build them on Solana? Leave it in the comments and see you in the next video. Bye bye.